Okay, you have a quadratic inequality, and all prior problems were linear inequality. A quadratic inequality, or any inequality that's bigger than degree 1, polynomial inequality, we're going to use what's called factoring and sign analysis. So I'm going to write down x squared plus 3x minus 4 is less than 0. Now someone says, why are you doing a 0? Because if I know the sign of it, like all negative numbers will be less than 0, all positive numbers are greater than 0. So all I got to do is analyze the sign of this problem. And the way I do that is I factor it. And I'm going to say 4 and 1 plus 4 minus 1. I'm going to put my number line down. On my number line, I'm going to put the numbers where it takes on a 0, because that's where the factor actually changes sign. So the first factor, x minus 1, becomes 0 at 1. So I put a little circle there indicating a 0 for the first factor. Where does the second factor become 0? At minus 4. So these are the two places on the number line where this actually would evaluate to 0. Everywhere else, it evaluates either to a positive number or a negative number. So what I'm going to claim over here, I'm just going to see what the value is. So what's a good number after 1? So I'm going to say a good number after 1 would be 2. And this is what's called a test point, TP. Plug it in. What is the value if you plug it into the first factor? Well, it's 2 minus 1 is 1, but I really don't need to know its value. I just need to know its sign, and it's positive. What is the value when I plug it into the second factor? That would be 6, but I don't need to know its value. I just need to know if it's positive or negative, and it's positive. What's a positive times a positive? A positive number. All right, let's keep going. Let's take a test point over here. What's a good test point over here? I would say 0 is a good test point. Now remember, I don't need to know the value, I just need to know the sign. And what would you get for the first factor? You get a negative number. And again, the reason for that, 0 minus 1 is a negative number. What do you get for the second factor? Well, 0 plus 4 is a positive number. A positive times a negative is a negative number. This is what's known as sign analysis. Let's keep moving along. And I'm going to take a test point over here. I'm going to say minus 5 is a good test point. It's on the interval below minus 4. What do you get for the first factor? Well, if you plug it in, minus 5 minus 1 is definitely a negative number. And what's minus 1 plus 4? It's still a negative number. What's a negative times a negative? Positive. All right, here's what we need to focus in on. What's the question? When is this less than 0? Only when it's negative. So what's the answer? The x must be between minus 4 and 1. There's nothing wrong with that answer. I prefer using an interval. The interval would be minus 4 up to 1. So either answer is fine. So let me point out where this is in your notes. This answer is right here, and the intervals are written right over here. Thank you.